The Greeks have a deep bond with the plant world, which is evident in their mythology. One example is Chloris, the goddess of flowers, who personified spring and new growth. For the Greeks, plants were not merely symbols, they were viewed as divine entities that were integral to their religious beliefs and everyday life. It was 28 centuries ago the Greeks designated plants as the official symbolic awards of the Olympic Games, establishing a tradition that intertwines botany and athletic excellence at the heart of the Olympic legacy. Hello and welcome to the next episode of Roots Reveal podcast, tracing plants through time with a dose of science. I'm your host Binish aka Beans, and together we'll unravel the stories of plants that have shaped civilizations, ecosystems, and our understanding of the natural world. So, let's kick off our next episode and jump right in. The origins of the Olympic Games are shrouded in mystery, but it is clear that their roots lie in religious practices. Prior to the grandeur of the modern Olympics, the ancient Greeks regarded these games as an essential part of sacred festivals dedicated to their gods. By the end of the 7th century BCE, the Olympic Games had acquired a pan Hellenic character, transcending mere athletic competition to symbolize unity among the Greek city states. Fast forward to 1896, we see Pierre de Coubertin, French educator and the modern of modern Olympics, breathing new life into the Olympics, taking inspiration from its ancient origins. Over the years, with the support of influential individuals such as Britain's Charles Herbert, the modern games have grown into a worldwide sensation. Beyond the spectacle of athleticism, the Olympics foster international exchange, promote cultural understanding, and have a significant social impact, including advocating for world peace. To truly appreciate the role of plants in the Olympics, we need to look back to ancient Greece, the birthplace of competitive sports. The Greeks had a deep admiration for athletic contests, viewing them as more than just physical challenges. Sports were intertwined with religious ceremonies, education, and societal values, much like they are in our modern world. During those times, these contests were believed to renew the strength of the participants, garner divine favor, and even revive the powers of the deceased. Sporting events played a crucial role in funeral ceremonies, a tradition that continued into the Roman times. As time passed, the Greeks developed a more rational basis for these games, holding them at sacred sites such as Delphi, Corinth, and Olympia. At Olympia, where the games were dedicated to Zeus and Hera, the opening and closing ceremonies were filled with religious rituals. For the Greeks, who were not a single nation but a group of loosely connected city states, the Olympics symbolized unity and peace. Sacred messengers traveled from city to city, heralding the games, resulting in temporary halt to hostilities, a concept that still resonates to this day. The Olympic Games, as mentioned earlier, originated in 776 BCE and took place every 4 years for almost 12 centuries. During its early years, the athletes participated not for material rewards but for the intangible glory of victory. The winner's prize? A crown of olive leaves cut from the sacred tree and brought to Olympia by Hercules himself. The crown is not merely a decoration but a powerful symbol representing peace, triumph, and wisdom. Olympia was not just the birthplace of the olive crown, but also a sacred site. The winner's prize? A crown of olive leaves cut from the sacred tree and brought to Olympia by Hercules himself. This crown was merely not a decoration, but a powerful symbol representing peace, triumph, and wisdom. Olympia was not just the birthplace of the olive crown, but also a sacred site. The place, nestled in a valley between two rivers and adorned with temples and exquisite artworks. Every 4 years, during the peak of summer, athletes and officials unite at Olympia, harmoniously coexisting with nature as they compete under the watchful gaze of the gods. The Greeks had a profound connection to the world of plants, as evidenced by their mythology. Plants played a crucial role in their religious beliefs and daily lives. The use of plants as symbols in the Olympic Games laid the foundation for modern botany. Let's take a closer look at some of these plants and their significance. The olive tree was a potent symbol of victory and compromise. Olympic champions were crowned with the garland made from the leaves of the wild olive tree brought to Olympia by Hercules. The cultivated olive tree is also associated with Athena, the goddess of wisdom, who is said to have caused it to sprout from the barren rock of the Acropolis in Athens. Similarly, the fruiting branches of the date palm were also bestowed upon the Olympic victors. The palm tree symbolized triumph and was considered sacred. Furthermore, with its graceful white flowers and pleasant fragrance, myrtle represented beauty and love. Garlands of myrtle were used to honor athletes, and the plant itself was linked to Venus, the goddess of love. Laurel leaves, commonly known as bay leaves, are known for their strong aromatic scent and were used as a symbol of purification. Over time, laurel became a symbol of respect, wisdom, victory, and glory. Hence, the term laureate is used for someone who has been honored or achieved distinction. Interestingly, before the Olive Crown, the highest award at the early Olympic Games was an apple, a symbol of love and fertility. Thus, the olive tree, date palm, myrtle, laurel leaves, and apple had a lot of meaning in ancient Greeks and the Olympic Games. The characteristics of these plants, evergreen, fragrant, long lived, and resilient, were not just symbolic. They were intended to inspire both athletes and spectators to aspire to higher ideals, celebrate life, and honor the gods. The tradition of using plants as symbols has evolved over the centuries. Even today, flowers and plants play a symbolic role in the Olympics, although the specifics have changed with time and culture. Each Olympic bouquet has its own unique story, often reflecting the host country's culture and native flora. The flowers are carefully selected not only for their beauty but also for their symbolic meanings and their ability to withstand the demands of the games. In the revival of the Games in Athens in 1896, the first place winners received a wreath made of olive branches, while the second place winners were awarded one made of laurel branches. Due to the eruption of Mount Vesuvius in 1906, the 1908 Olympic Games, originally planned for Rome, were relocated to London. The medalists were presented with a bouquet of oak leaves, as oak trees in England symbolize strength and endurance. For the 1996 Olympic Games, a bouquet consisting of five flowers was chosen to represent the five Olympic rings. The flowers included sunflowers, tiger lilies, larkspur, and tuberose, symbolizing loyalty, immortality, pride, swiftness, and love, respectively. The arrangement also incorporated leaves from magnolia, laurel, leucotho, and olive trees. The highlight of the 2000 Olympic Games was the beautiful Warata flower, which blossomed in a vibrant shade of red. This flower is native to Australia and is the state flower of New South Wales. However, there was a moment of uncertainty when it seemed that the flowers might not bloom in time for the Games, as the spring weather had been cooler than usual. Luckily, just 3 days before the start of the Olympics, it was discovered that the flowers would indeed be ready. The bouquets also featured other native Australian flowers such as billy buttons, wax flowers, flannel flowers, kangaroo paws, and white oak, each sourced from different regions of the country. For the 2020 Olympic Games, the choice of flowers for the bouquets holds a special significance. Many of these flowers were grown in areas that were devastated by the Tohoku earthquake in 2011, adding an emotional layer to the ceremonies. In Miyagi, a prefecture north of Tokyo, parents who had lost their children in the tsunami that followed the earthquake planted sunflowers on a hill, symbolizing hope and resilience. In Iwate Prefecture, where more than half of Japan's blue gentian flowers are grown, the flowers were cultivated to match the colors of the Tokyo Game logo. Fukushima Prefecture, which also suffered from the earthquake, contributed the Lisianthus flowers. Unfortunately, this region is also known for the nuclear accident that occurred after the earthquake. Lastly, the aspidistra leaves used in the bouquets were grown locally in Tokyo. Taking a more environmentally friendly approach, the 2022 Olympic Games opted for knitted flowers instead of real ones. Knitting groups in various cities across China dedicated approximately 50,000 hours to crafting roses, lilies, olive branches, and other blooms for 1,251 bouquets. The future of floral design at the Olympics promises to be innovative and inspiring, reflecting a growing commitment to sustainability. One can hope for a future where we see a greater emphasis on locally sourced flowers, the use of biodegradable materials, and innovative approaches to repurposing flower arrangements following the festivities. As the Olympic Games continue to inspire the world, the symbolism of plants takes on a new dimension that aligns with the global push for sustainability. From ancient olive wreaths to modern green initiatives, the relationship between Olympics and the natural world reflects a deep commitment to tradition and the future of our planet. Let's take a closer look at some notable examples. The 2012 London Olympics, often referred to as the Green Games, were a landmark in sustainable event planning. Organizers transformed the Olympic Park into a biodiverse haven with wildflower meadows blooming during the Games. These meadows, featuring native British species like cornflowers, marigold, and chrysanthemums, were designed to create a lasting green space that would support local wildlife and community long after the event. Moving on to Beijing, the Olympic Forest Park became an urban oasis just north of the iconic Bird's Nest Stadium. Developed as the part of the Green Olympics initiative, it is home to over 160 plant species, including native trees like the Chinese pine and the Chinese juniper. The park offers a mix of deciduous and evergreen flora and features a man made dragon shaped lake that not only enhances the park's aesthetic but also improves air quality, reflecting China's environmental commitment during the Games. The Rio Olympics also emphasized environmental stewardship, particularly in the restoration and preservation of the native Atlantic forest vegetation. By planting trees such as Pau Brazil, Brazil's national tree, these efforts highlighted the importance of conserving the country's unique biodiversity. Sustainability at the Olympics extends beyond landscapes. For example, at the Tokyo 2020 Games, athletes wore uniforms made from recycled polyester, including materials sourced from plastic bottles. The use of organic cotton and bamboo fibers further emphasized the shift towards sustainable textiles. Bamboo, known for being a fast growing renewable resource that requires minimal pesticides and water, emerged as an ideal choice for eco friendly clothing. As the Olympic flame continues to burn, so too does our collective responsibility to nurture the planet we all share. By weaving sustainability into the fabric of the Games, we take meaningful steps towards a greener, more harmonious future, one where the legacy of the Olympics is as much about protecting our world as it is about celebrating human achievement. As we look ahead to the future, the Olympic Games remind us that our biggest victories go beyond the stadium. By making sustainability a priority in these global events, we not only celebrate amazing athletic achievements but also promote the protection of our planet. In doing so, we honor the past, embrace the present, and set a hopeful course for the generations to come. The significance of plants in the Olympics goes beyond just tradition. It is a vibrant and ever evolving part of the Games' legacy. From ancient Greece to the present, these symbols remind us of the timeless values of peace, victory, and unity that the Olympics strive to promote. Thank you for listening to the Roots Reveal podcast. To support the show, please consider leaving us a review on your favorite podcast platform and sharing our episodes with family, friends, and colleagues. If you have any feedback or suggestions, reach out to me at hello@rootsrevealed.org. Remember to keep exploring your roots and embracing the diversity of our shared human experience. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.